Today's video is sponsored by Comp2Us. What's going on, everybody? Noah back here with another YouTube video. Here today, bring you guys some Skylanders Ring of Heroes on the channel. This is a free-to-play mobile turn-based RPG game, and I was fortunate enough to get my hands on it early. So what I want to do is explain to you guys a little bit on how it works. So we're going to start by going through the PvE portion of the game, which is going to be over here at the Adventures tab. Once you open that up, you'll be brought to the map of Skylands, where you will see all the different stages that progress throughout the storyline. There are going to be 10 in total, and each different stage will have a new element, which also will be tied into the type of boss that you're going to fight towards the end. So for the sake of explaining stuff, we're going to go over here to the first stage, which is the Singing Forest, and this is a grass element. You can see the second is going to be water, fire, wind, and so on. So let's go ahead and hop into this, and what we're going to do is the boss fight for you guys. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Immediately you'll be taken to the battle preparation page, where you'll be given the option to customize your team to be more effective against your opponents. So remember how I mentioned that each stage is going to have a main element? Well, the main element for this one is going to be life, and if I didn't already know what was super effective against that, I could go ahead and check the element relation page and see that life is weak against air. So what I'm actually going to do is edit our team and drag one of our air characters and replace Spyro with them and just save that. So now you'll see that we have these up green arrows, and that's just going to show that these characters are stronger against these. So we're going to go ahead and hop into battle now and show you guys how to play from in-game. If you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see we have 5 out of 10 blue dots, and these blue dots are going to actually indicate the amount of mana that you have to use on different moves. So we'll see over here the amount of mana that each move requires. This one that says C is going to be a charge attack, so it doesn't require any, but for the most part, they're a couple of mana each. So we're going to actually use Blade Shards, which is a 2 mana attack, and you'll see that it went down 2, but it'll constantly regain. So we'll spam a couple of different attacks, and you'll see here that they'll have numbers on them, and that actually will be showing you the position that they are in turn, because like I said, this is a turn-based game. So because there were such high levels, we kind of just melted through that first round. Here we go with the boss fight against Chompy Mage, and you know, it's the same concept over here. You have the different attacks, and we can just kind of spam them if we choose. Now, if you look over here on the right side, this little arrow here is for my companion character, and we'll get into that later, but basically you can have a fourth character in game that will help you either attack or support your team. This one that we're using is a support character that actually heals our characters. Now it looks like we have Chompy over here down to just 1 bar of HP, so we should be able to finish him with a wing slice. And just like that, he's down, and we finish the matchup. And all of these different missions are going to get progressively harder. That one, just like I said, because I'm such a high level, we cleared with such ease. Now, the good thing about this is if I wanted to, I can go back and throw on the auto battle feature and use easy matches like that to level up my different characters. To show you guys what I mean by that, we're going to go to our Skylanders and summon a new character. This is Igniter. He is a fire character. So we'll go ahead and call him in and unlock him. There he is. Now, because he's a new character, he's going to start at level 1 as well. I'm going to go ahead and hop into stage number 2 now and scroll on up to an easy mission that I'll be able to clear out with 2 characters. Igniter is just going to be along for the ride here, so we'll go ahead and throw him on in. And basically, with him being on the front lines of the battle, he's going to be earning a buttload of XP. Now, we do have the auto play feature on, so I can just sit back, relax, and let my characters farm up XP. Alright, and just like that, the match is coming to a close. And if you guys take a look over here, Igniter earned 55 XP for that and leveled up 2 times, so he's now a level 3. Now, if I wanted to, I could just go ahead and check off the 10 times auto battle feature and just let this go on and on and on and keep farming up levels. Or what I can do is go back to the town and go into my inventory and give my dude some red potions. So we'll go ahead and go on Skylanders, go on Mr. Igniter, potions, and we are going to max him out. That's going to level him up a couple more times up here to level 7. That's just one of the many different ways to improve your Skylanders strength. There's skills, power-ups, evolutions, awakens, ruins, and each one of these different upgrades are going to require you to grind for different materials. This one, for example, can be found in the distorted dimensions. So if I want to spend my time searching for specific items to farm up specific characters, I love that it will always tell you where to go to do so, and I feel as if that gives the game a lot more replay value going into fights knowing exactly what you're searching for and working towards. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and close off today's video by hopping into the storyline where we left off, which is going to be stage 4, level 7, and that's actually going to be a boss fight. So let's go ahead and hop into this. Looking at the battle preparation, we see that our combat ranking is going to be a good bit higher than our opponents, so we should be going into this in a good situation. And I'm going to be using Spyro to my advantage because he's actually going to be super effective against our opponents. So let's go ahead and start the match and hop into round number 1. We'll go ahead and start with Jet's cooldown attack because it won't require any mana, and then use one of Stealth's big hits. We're going to follow that up with a couple of Spyro's light mana attacks. And while we're doing those, we're actually going to be saving up again for another stealth attack, and his actually are insanely powerful. There we go, and we are just about done with our first enemy. We got our first knock, the one on the right, down as well, so now we can just go ahead and focus all of our mana into this last opponent, and he is down just like that. Here we go with the boss fight against Dreamcatcher. So we'll go ahead and use our companion, get him out here, and start throwing some attacks over here at Dream. We have a heal ready to go whenever. We'll go ahead and call that in now since Stealth is getting a little bit low. Spyro's cooldowns are just about finished over here. But while we're charged up on mana... Oh no, Stealth got knocked! Well, let's try to use Spyro's attacks. And we're using a lot of heals as well. That way we can keep her alive, and we got to knock down ourselves. And that actually prevents whoever is knocked from using any attacks. We'll go ahead and use another heal real quick. And before we could get that down, we actually knocked our opponent out. Dreamcatcher. Well, that was a bummer. Way to ruin my day, losers, but no big deal. But I guess Golden Queen should have the book by now. What? Wait, what? The book is with the Doom Raiders. How? So, this is what I was talking about with the storyline. At the end of each stage, you will have a dialogue go against the boss, and they will continue to further explain the story. I'm going to go ahead and skip the rest of this because I don't want to spoil it for any of you guys. And we better skip this as well. But yeah, that's going to do it here for today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And a huge thanks to Com2us for sponsoring today's video as well. That's going to do it for me though, guys. And I'm out.